into a very mature and hopefully short discussion on the topic you can see called single women, who services them. See, it's quite a mature discussion, though of course no use of bad words or profane words, but it's a discussion that has come up from the current trending confidential video of the very beautiful entrepreneur and socialite Omogi Saida. Hello everyone, you're so welcome. Now, of course, you've been seeing commentaries, you've seen videos, bloggers have shared their own thoughts on this. People have made comments. The video is all over Telegram, WhatsApp. Some even alleged that it's on those mature sites already. How true that is, we can't verify at the moment. So it's everywhere, basically. It's everywhere. Now, looking at what is going on, people have been talking to be like, yes, ẹ̀yin single mother yẹn, Ọlọ́run ló mú yín, ẹ̀yin jókòó sójú kan, kọlọ́kọlẹ́ máa lé káàkiri, àfi kẹ́ máa gbọ́kọ lọ́kọ, àfi kẹ́ máa délé onílé rú. All the talks about single mother being in quotes irresponsible, in quotes being oloshoish, in quotes being, all those kind of words. It's a broad topic, but we're just going to nibble at it from different perspective. Now, when a woman starts growing up, when we attain puberty, we start getting attracted to the opposite gender, we start understanding who we are, what our body is, and all of that. There's a lot. The life of a woman is not straight. It's very complex and complicated. Even our men will always tell us that women, what do you really want? Our gone. We don't even know what we want a lot of times. This minute in the morning, you see your woman all mushy, happy, excited, and in the afternoon, you see her so cranky and don't touch me kind of thing, and just mood swings. And even her, she doesn't understand what her problem is. But God, who has made us, did not make any mistake. God just made us the way we are. So it's for us to come into our own to be like, yes, I'm a woman and I embody being a woman, and just live our lives the way we understand. Then when we start growing up, we decide to go into relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, courtship, fiance and fiancé, and all of that. And we start understanding the mushy part of us. Some of us start, doing the do early. Some took a while, maybe in their university days or even maybe after university. Some maybe their wedding night, every malam with his own kettle. Now, in the scheme of things, as a woman grows up, there is that need, just the way a man too will have the need. Every human being deserves to be loved, to be cuddled, to be cherished, to be pampered, to be understood, and to be showered with every good thing, that kind of thing. And to have a partner, a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance, who you can share your very, very close moments with. And we go into relationship a lot of times, at least 90% of the time, for us to enjoy it, for things to work. But we know that in life, sometimes the answer is not white, it's not black. It could be in the middle, which is gray. So when women get married, no reasonable woman gets married to leave her marriage. Some maybe they've seen some signs or red flags or something, but we'll still just hang on to that very thin thread of, oh my work, oh my change, things will be better, or we live happily ever after, and all of that. But a lot of times it doesn't work like that. Life happens. Even these days, we see marriages that in less than 24 hours, everything don't scatter. Like our beautiful beautician, what's her name now? Also, Frida said a while ago that her marriage barely lasted 24 hours. The one she had with, Skoro and what have you. So things happen. So some women have gotten married. They've tasted marriage. Legal marriage, traditional marriage, some maybe not proper marriage, but they get into the association, to enjoy marital life, to be called a Mrs., to be respected by the society, to have the protection of their husbands, and to have children. So, like I said, different strokes for different folks. Some women end up having children, maybe 1, 2, 3, more, or none. And things are happening. Maybe it could be gbas. Maybe it could be lack of trust. Maybe it could be wahala. Maybe it could be maltreatment. So many factors come into play. And for whatever reason, if the marriage breaks, sometimes not even the woman, it could be the man saying ohun ò ṣe mọ́. And when the man tells you ohun ò ṣe mọ́, tó kẹ́rù rẹ̀ jáde nínú ilé or whatever, and he doesn't want you, he doesn't want you. So sometimes some women try to make their marriages work, but it's not just moving. And they end up being alone. A máa ń gbé nǹkan kúrò lára ju ara wa lọ. There are some people, when their marriage break, within 1 year, they are ready to date again, and they get into the dating pool and start dating other men and move on, hopefully to settle down with another man. Some women, before they got out of that marriage only wahala, they've gone into so much level of high toxicity that they need weeks, they need months, they need years to be able to expunge the dirty jelly occurring. So they might not even remember that there's anything common. They don't even want to hear any man doing, hey, sisi mi wa bi, I like you, you. Don't even want to hear it. So a lot of times when you find a woman who becomes single after being married or something, like I said, category 1, those ones, in fact, tó bá ní kọ́kọ́ jáde ní ọkàn lẹ́yìn tó máa fi dọ̀tún la, wọ́n ti forgo wọn. Ọmọ ilépo ni wọ́n. They are ready to date again, Group 2 could want to, heal. Could want to heal. They don't want to hear ọ̀rọ̀ ọkùnrin. Tó bá tó sùn ọgán lè lágímọ́ ẹ lórí. Tó bá lọ fẹ́ gba nọ́mbà àwọn àzọkùnrin gan, wàláì, wọ́n á fún ẹ wrong number. They just don't want that masculinity at that point in time because of the trauma of their relationship. Tó ṣe kúrò yẹn, ara ń kọ wọ́n. Option 3, some women will just throw themselves into maybe their children or their career or their businesses. They just put their attention to say, okay, let me put, when a woman, moves out of a marriage, she doesn't have any, Daddy Lagbaja, I want to go I have a business meeting in VI tomorrow, and your husband will say, no, you cannot go. There's no all those ones to Kusimo. So they throw themselves into their work, career, hobbies, and everything. Now, category 4, they could get to be a stage, maybe they've now had the money, maybe their children are now grown, and they've sacrificed the formative years of their children, catering to them, especially but you're called deadbeat be more fun. Single mother, me, you tell you, ti pé nǹkan kan wà tó ń jẹ́ kéèyàn remarry. Kò tiẹ̀ ní rántí pé remarriage wà mọ́. Ṣiṣẹ́, just to make sure that she gives the best to the children. And maybe when the children now go to a particular stage, they'll just be like, okay, now let me have time. Now I have the time, I have the space. I'm healed enough to, allow myself be involved with a man. And a single woman will always be faced with things like, how the society, yes, we still have that hypocritical way of doing things in our society where when people see a single woman, they'll be like, Oloshoni, she's available. Some single women are even more disciplined than some married women. That's the truth. It's not something a lot of people want to hear, but things happen, and when a woman now decides to start dating, she's now faced with, especially kojobìnrin tó lówó àbí tó tàn wá kọ́kọ́ wá okay tó mara tún ṣe, to our feminine. You know how women have our feminine grace and everything. You're beautiful, you're sexy, you're good looking and all of that. And you even have younger people, where you're in your, let's say you're 43 or 45, and you even have men of 36. Tomatoes there. What máa wò pé ẹgbẹ́ àbúrò mi kẹrin lélẹ́yìí. Would I now start dating younger men? I don't want this kind of thing. I want seriousness. I want a serious relationship. So I don't want to date somebody I feel I'm older than. Some women are faced with all these things. Some succeed by not dating below their age and get older men to date. And even the older man, máa rò pé, ṣé ni máa lè gbòmí jìgìjìgì báyìí? Ṣé relationship èmi pẹ̀lú ẹni ṣó máa work? The most ideal thing would have been for single women, maybe like single mothers, to look for single fathers. But we know life, sometimes 1 + 1 is not 2. You as a single mother could have been on the lookout for another single father. Kẹjọ máa ṣayé yín, even tẹ́ bá bímọ fúnra yín. But life, like I said, sometimes the color is not white, it's not black. You might now fall into the hands of a married man. And that's where it gets complicated. Because it's either the man tells you, I want to marry you, you're the best thing after sliced bread. Oh, you are beautiful. Oh, you are industrious. Oh, you've achieved so much. Oh, you are very enterprising. Oh, you are productive. And a lot of times, single women that stay alone and put themselves into their business, they succeed. They make money. Look, okay, just even check Instagram or Facebook. When you see people advertising, you will have seen 20 women advertising their goods. Women are hustling. Women are running more than one business. Women are doing 9 to 5 and also doing catering or baking. Women are in their offices, but at the same time, they have drop shipping side also. So, gone are the times where the woman is just sitting and opening her palms for a man to drop crumbs. No. Additional law ọmọbìnrin fi owó ọkùnrin ṣe ń sìn. It's not the mainstay. Now, when a woman now has to fall in love with a married man, like I said, it gets complicated. Now, back to the caption of this video saying, ta ni àwọn tí ó máa service àwọn single women? Ṣé torí pé wọ́n jẹ́ single women? This is a mature discussion, like I said earlier. Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká wò from very broad perspective. Ṣé nítorí pé obìnrin jẹ́ single woman, ṣé kò ní tátátá mọ́? Like I said, some women can even forget that area of theirs. Ohun tí ẹ̀ ní energy mọ́, ó máa ṣiṣẹ́ látàárọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀ tó máa tajà títí 24 hours gan ò tó mọ́. Tí yẹn bá rọ́kùnrin kan tó kàn fún attention, tó ń pè é, tó ń béèrè ṣó ti jẹun, ṣó wà okay. Everybody has, that mushy part. And you've been on your own for many years. In fact, ọkùnrin kankan ọkùnrin kankan ò tiẹ̀ jẹ́ kó gba nọ́mbà ẹ̀ wá máa kanra mọ́, ò tiẹ̀ jẹ́ kó súnmọ́ ẹ. And you just find one that is just giving you that extra attention. And you'll be like, somebody is asking me ṣé mo ti jẹun, pé ṣé àwọn ọmọ mi wà okay, bàbá tí mo bí wọn fún gan, ọdún wo ló ti wẹ̀yìn wò béèrè pé àwọn ọmọ dà. The person can just touch that chord, either genuinely or falsely, because àwọn male species, they can love bomb your life, And something just touches you and you just feel soft all over to be like, this man is, I think he cares, he's showing care. And you just melt. But unfortunately for you, as a single woman, the man is married. Now, when two adults decide to do things together, as long as it's consensual, they can go ahead. But there are repercussions to a lot of things. When a married man, inú ilé, tó níyàwó tó bímọ, when he start having girlfriends, like I said in one of our podcasts, it start affecting the woman in the house a lot of times, not at all. Àwọn ọkùnrin kan wà jìntà ni wọ́n. Kọ́ máa fóbìnrin ta ò lè mọ̀. because wọ́n mọ bó ṣe ń chop clean mouth gan. Wọn ò dẹ̀ ní gbé sàárà wọn kọjá mọ́ṣáláṣí, wọ́n á sọ fún girlfriend wọn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní pé sọ pé mo fẹ́ fẹ́ o, a kàn ń gbádùn ara wa ni o, ìyàwó mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ ẹ́ o. And honestly, some side chicks are not even after marrying your husbands. They just want to fulfill their lustful desires. Or, let me put it like this, they find themselves falling in love with your husband, but they are not ready to marry him. Sometimes, ọmọ sọ pé ìjà nígbẹ̀yìn àlè. A lot of times, bóyá ẹ máa lura yín kíkiri ni àbí kẹ́jà or whatever. So, it's sometimes a relationship that is not very defined. Some men will tell their girlfriends, after 4 p.m. o lè pè mí o, tí n bá ti pè ẹ́, o lè pè mí. Ọkùnrin mi ó double password phone ẹ̀ ni. Tó yẹ pé tí message WhatsApp kan bá drop sórí phone ẹ̀ gan báyìí, o ní lè rí tó ṣe drop down kó tó go into his phone. So a lot of things happen, but some men don't even draw the lines for their girlfriends. They will be in the house pẹ̀lú ìyàwó wọn, wọ́n á dẹ̀ máa receive call girlfriend. Wọ́n á máa pe girlfriend pé ṣé o ti jẹun. Because they are so involved with the girlfriend that there's no boundary. Ìmí àwa lórí matrimonial bed gan, a máa bá girlfriend sọ̀rọ̀. Do you think the wife in the house will be happy? She won't be happy. In fact, she'll be miserable. And one thing that strips the dignity of a married woman is when you find out your husband is involved with another woman, you start asking yourself questions. Ṣé mi fine money? Ṣé nítorí pé mo ti bímọ? Ṣé nítorí pé ikùn mi ti tóbi? Ṣé nítorí pé mo ti sanra mi ní figure 8 mọ́? Ṣé nítorí pé skin mi ò jọ̀lọ̀? Ṣé nítorí pé mo ń tọ́mọ mẹ́ta mi ti ráyè ara mi? You start asking yourself the question. And as a typical Nigerian woman, African woman, obìnrin á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní máa gbàwẹ̀, á máa ké. Ọkùnrin mi gan rí pé ìyàwó òun ń ké, kò tiẹ̀ wojú ìyàwó mọ́. Ìmí gan ò ṣí ìyàwó ẹ̀ láṣọ wò mọ́. So a lot of times you see the wives, they are already damaged due to the fact that a single woman is dating their husband. Ilé tó ń dùn tẹ́lẹ̀, tọkàn ọ̀gìyàwó, tó ń wọ injú ìyàwó ẹ̀ pé I look tired, ṣé kí n bí ẹ lọ sí hospital kò tiẹ̀ kò rán ẹ mọ́? Do you think that wife will be happy? Do you think she'll be quiet? Kò ní quiet. She will lose her self-esteem. She will lose her self-confidence. She will start crying. She will start weeping. Ìmí máa wà abẹ́rẹ́ sí ń gbalé babaláwo lọ. Ìmí á máa gbalé àláàfáà lọ. Ìmí á gbalé pásítọ̀ lọ. Ìmí á lọ wá ké sí ìyá ẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Ìmí á máa ké sí best friend ẹ̀ lọ́rùn. Because something has given away in a marriage. So the effect of a man having side chick is always felt. Especially to a man who doesn't know how to draw the borderline. Àwọn ọkùnrin kan ṣe bí mo ṣe sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan, some men do it o. They do their ṣìnà, but they don't. Maybe should we say they are so smart. They are ìyàwó wọn ò lè ká wọn, àbí kò ní inkling, àbí bóyá ìyàwó dẹ̀ ni ò ní quick antenna or whatever. You know, when it comes to human beings, we have different receptors and all of that. But the truth is, the single woman who is outside too looks good. She looks beautiful. You know why? Gone are the days tí other woman jẹ́ elébi. Gone are the days tí younger woman tí other woman jẹ́ maybe a younger woman. These days, it is even the mature women. Especially àwọn tó yẹ pójú wọn náà ti bó níbi tán wà tẹ́lẹ̀. Tán ti wá ráyè túnra ṣe, tán ráyè ṣiṣẹ́ owó, tán lówó lọ́wọ́. Bóyá tán ní career. No, I don't mean they have to be multi-millionaires, but they are okay. They don't even need the husband to pay their bukata or what's it called. But you know, when a woman has time for herself, there's a way she glows. Tó fẹ́ lọ fún spa òdò pé alágbájá ò tí fún mi lówó, dáàdì ò tí fún wa lówó oúnjẹ. Ọkọ ẹ̀gán bá lọ sílé single woman nísìnyí tó bá rí ìgbín, suspension of ìgbín torí pé díṣì tí side chick fi serve òun gan-an ìwọ ìyàwó gan-an lórú ẹ̀rí ṣó rà sílé ni èlùmí ò rà sílé. But when the side chick wants to be there for your husband, hey, my God, the damage on the home is undescribable. Honestly. In fact, we are at the period now that àwọn ìyàwó ilé wọn ò ní sinmi mọ́. Kò sí sinmi mọ́. Some homes will break in an instance the moment the wife has access to her husband's phone. Obìnrin mi máa sọ pé òun ò fẹ́ ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú fóònù ọkọ because òun mọ̀ pé tóun bá wò ó nǹkan tóun máa rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lè dálé òun rú. Is that bad? Is that bad? Lórí fóònù ọkọ ẹ o mọ̀ bóyá ó ń nakadémọ̀ sí neighbor ẹ tẹ́jọ́ wà nínú compound tó yẹ kó wọ́n ń kíra wọn sójú but idán ń lọ. Tó bá wo fóònù ọkọ ẹ o mọ̀ bóyá secretary níbi iṣẹ́ wọ́n jọ ń fúnra wọn ṣe full time. Tó bá wo fóònù ọkọ ẹ o mọ̀ bóyá ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ bestie ẹ ọ̀rẹ́ aláṣírí tó máa ń rojọ́ fún tó wọn àtọkọ ẹ jọ ń ṣe kíni wọ́n jọ ń ṣe collabo. So you find a lot of times some married women intentionally don't even want to check their husband's phone because they know pé oníṣe lọ́kàn àwọn nǹkan táwọn bá dẹ̀ mọ̀ ò lè bà wọ́n nínú jẹ́. Because the number of single women these days gan ó ti pọ̀jù ọkùnrin tó wà available lọ. Some single women, like I said, èmi ìfẹ́ ó fẹ́ kọ́kùnrin yẹn fẹ́ òun maybe as a second wife or kì í ṣáà ní companion, let's put it like that. And sometimes the men get carried away. And when a man just meets a woman, the side chick to share meet yẹn that is so mushy with you, you can't compare her to that wife that you put in the house, is always available for you, you knock her morning, afternoon, night. She will cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you. She will pamper you. She will be the one washing your boxers. She will be the one taking care of the children. She will be the one powering the family. How go through wear and tear? How would the wife not go through wear and tear? And that wife in the house is doing everything and she's getting dried up. And you as the husband, you're supposed to always fill a cup in, but you're not available. All your attention, your money, your fantasy, your mushy is poured on the side chick. Ẹ wá ní kí ìyàwó lè mọ mi má di wèrè. Tẹ́ bá lọ sórí Google, àbí kẹ́ ní bóyá ọ̀rẹ́ kan àbí family member tó ṣe psychiatric nurse, ẹ béèrè lọ́wọ́ wọn pé kí ló lè sọ nípa ratio àwọn ọkùnrin àti obìnrin tó wà ní psychiatric hospital. Most times, the larger percentage are the women. Kí ló dẹ̀ ń fà torí obìnrin yìí? Ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ àtọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ ni. Ọ̀rọ̀ ọkọ èyí tí ó fẹ́ marry tó dé di altar ǹjọ́ yẹn torí pọ́kọ ò turn up tẹ́jẹ̀ ta sí lọ́pọlọ tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran. Àbí tó jẹ́ pé ọkọ ti lù lálùbami ó ti ronú depression ti wọ̀ psychosis náà wà. So now a lot of women are seeing things that are happening and be like, no, èmi kọ́ ni ọkùnrin kan máa rán lọ sí mental home. Kò jọ́. So they grow a thick skin and be like, n tó bá ti wọ̀n ẹ́ ni kó fara ẹ ṣe. They practice what I call the law of detachment. Go and Google it. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa kọ́ra wa lọ́gbọ́n. I am not saying as a woman don't give your all to your marriage, but if you want your medulla oblongata to function with you to the end of your life, you need to practice what I call law of detachment. Because you know why? A lot of men, they are gurus in practicing law of detachment. You don't see how when the man wants to start misbehaving, bó kàn ṣe máa yí kirigidi. Ọkọ ẹ̀ tẹ́ máa jí láàárọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ tó máa fún ẹ ní morning kiss, tó máa ṣe kíkan, á kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí máa wà distant. Men are experts at using law of detachment. But we women, because we love with all our hearts, we are so emotional, baby girl, jẹ́ kí medulla oblongata ẹ kó tẹ̀lé ẹ to the end of your life o. Ẹlòmíì medulla oblongata ẹ ti bàjẹ́, ó ti rotten, ó ti fly away. Medulla oblongata obìnrin míì ti relédè because of wàhálà ọkùnrin. Ṣọ́kùnrin tó ṣì wà láyé tó ń fi girlfriend máa yán ẹ lójú ló wá fẹ́ para ẹ fún, dey play. Dey play. Obìnrin míì wà, ọkọ ẹ̀ ti traumatized to the point wípé kódà kó rí ọkọ ẹ̀ ó ń bá obìnrin sùn báyìí, ó ti go numb. Because a máa sọ fún rẹ̀ pé ókè nígbà tí mo wọlé tí mo bọ́ ọkọ mi tó ń bóbìnrin sùn, kí wọ́n máa ná obìnrin yẹn kí n wá tì kó lọ forí gbá gànà kó wá kú. Ṣé rò pé ìyàwó máa lọ scot free ni? Wàláhì ó máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. It's not just about Nollywood o. Tó o bá lọ nùyàn pa kó nítorí jẹ́ side chick ọkọ ẹ̀, ó máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n. Go and look for prison stories online. You will see some women tó máa sọ pé if only they were able to control the anger for whatever, if only they were able to walk away. Wàá rí i pé nǹkan tó ń bínú lé lórí yẹn is not worth it. No human being is worth your freedom and your mental health. None. Okay, as a woman, if you think you even owe somebody, it's your children, not because of your spouse. You are married to a man doesn't mean that you have authority over his life. And as a man, you're married to a woman does not mean that you have authority over her life. Ó wọ̀ lẹ́jọ́ wà. Tí ò bá wọ̀ mọ́, olúkálùkù lè lọ. Àyè wà nínú Christianity, àyè wà fún Islam pé ẹni tó bá ti sú kó pínyà kó tó di pé lagi mọ́ra yín lórí. Yes, it could be very painful. Now, back to our question. Do you think single women outside are not to be serviced? Wàláhì single women míì tó wà ń ta, ó ń gbádùn servicing ọkọ ẹ̀ ju owó tó wà nílé lọ. I'm not preaching single womanhood here, but I'm just saying what is going on. A lot of married women in their homes, ọkọ wọn ò fọwọ́ kàn. Ìmí àlọ́kọ wọn ò fọwọ́ kàn láti January, a dẹ̀ ti wà ní almost November báyìí. Tá máa rò pé kí lẹ wá bára yín ṣe? Ó kàn wọlé ó ń jáde náà ni, kò tiẹ̀ tó àwọn láṣọ wò, kò ṣe kinní kan máa pé Things are happening. I'm not saying you shouldn't be patient as a wife in the household. Tí mental capacity ẹ bá ṣì gbé, tí mental rubber tí mental elasticity rubber brain ẹ bá gbé, dúró síbẹ̀. Ọjọ́ tó bá dẹ̀ já pa, Ọ̀yọ́ ló wà. And one of the most difficult things to correct in a human being is the mental health. His mental health is very, very, very difficult to treat. Tó bá ti wọ psychosis lọ, or tó bá wọ extreme depression, it takes the grace of God and a lot of willpower to pull through. And that's why you find some women, they will tell you now, I put me first. That's it. So, to the case, àmọ́ allege ni o, ìyàwó, bóyá ìyàwó ẹni tí ọmọge Saida ń fẹ́ ló release kíní, àmọ́ bóyá òótọ́ ni àbí òótọ́ kọ́, we don't know. And what we don't know, we don't say. But if we are following the allegation, any woman can react when it comes to her husband. Any woman can. When you see pé Amororo ló send the videos ọkọ ẹ̀, orí ẹ̀ máa kọ́kọ́ fò lọ́nà pé kí leléyìí? Bọ́kọ ẹ bá jẹ́ monk gan-an, I was stirred up. Wọ́n náà pé kí ni mo lè ṣe fún gẹ́ẹ̀ láti fi bojú ẹ̀jẹ̀? But you see, any decision whatsoever, tó bá pọ́kùnrin yẹn ló spread video, kì í ṣe wọn kan máa fọ́kùnrin yẹn náà jẹ́ pé báwo lọkùnrin ṣe máa ṣe báyìí? How can a man review this kind of video? But because it's a woman, there's been several discussions. You cannot blame the wife for being angry or jealous. No. And we are not saying what Omogesaida did is right. It is Esin Aworo. The highest level of shame is what she's facing. Highest of the highest. How she's going to pull through, may God help her. And like I've always said on our channel, we don't trample on somebody who's already on the ground. Ṣé nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn ti nà lẹ́gba tó dẹ̀ máa nà lẹ́gba títí láéláé. Except she goes through therapy and she heals through it. She's a grandmother. Ṣùgbọ́n ló ṣe ìfọmọ fọ́kọ 2 months ago ni. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọmọ ìran àfinú ṣoyún afẹ́yìn gbọmọpọ̀. You can imagine your son-in-law having video of you. Oh my God. Yes. Omogesaida ti ó go through nǹkan tó ń pè ní ẹ̀sìn ní Yorùbá. But lè judge. A lot of people who are judging her are second wife in their husband's house now. Báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ máa ná? Ṣọ́jọ́ tó pàdé yín ló gbé yín sílé ni. Kò ń ṣe pé òun náà ń parọ́ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó máa bá yín sùn. Tẹ̀jọ́ máa jáde tó ń pampa ẹ̀ tó ń náwó fún ẹ tí wọ́n náwó pé okay, ká fẹ́ra wa. So a second wife at one point in time was a side chick and elevated to a second wife. So ṣẹ́rí everybody tó bá ní kọ́lọ́ máa tú wa láṣìírí ẹ máa ṣàmì àdúrà kẹ́ máa gbé ìtọ́ ẹ̀mí gidi. Bí Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ pé gbogbo wa ló lè ẹni sílẹ̀ bá mọ́ ni bàrà o. Say now everybody dey thief. Na the person wey dey catch wey dey steal na him be criminal. So it's a very dicey situation. Very, 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 very. So whether you like it or not, single women that decide to date, if you're not careful, will date your husband. It's the bitter truth. Should they do that? Absolutely no. Absolutely what? No, it is wrong. Because when a single woman tó bá fẹ́ date ọkọ ẹ̀ tó fẹ́ date ẹ̀ dáadáa tó bá date ẹ̀ á affect ìwọ ìyàwó nulẹ̀. Ṣé tààrùn tó lè kó wá sínú ilé ni nígbà tó kọ ẹ bá lọ fi kàn flesh to flesh ń tà gbogbo ẹ wá bá ẹ obìnrin mi ti treat infection ìyàwó lè mi ti treat infection títí èmi ẹ̀ ti fẹ́ bọ́ torí ọkọ mi gùn dúró sójú kan ọkọ mi dẹ̀ ní chronic cheat ní máa sọ fún ẹ pé òun máa ṣe kò sí nǹkan tó máa ṣe sí tí ò bá tẹ́ ẹ lọ́rùn kó gbẹ́rù ẹ̀ máa lọ. So it affects the wives in the house. And some women have been so pained that wọ́n ti go numb mọ́ ń pariwo mọ́ wọn bọ́kọ wọn jà pọ̀ ní girlfriend mọ́ ọkọ máa ń wò ó ràn ni. Ìyẹn lómi àfojú ìyàwó lé ẹ̀bùn á máa compare pé wọ obìnrin ṣe rí jọ̀bọ̀lọ̀ gbogbo ṣe sanra. Ìgbọ́ time wo lo create fún ìyàwó lé ẹ̀ láti lè máa lọ sí gym. Ìyàwó lé ẹ̀ má fi ra yín náà lẹ̀. Tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lówó láti lọ sí gym ẹ lọ ra skipping rope lè ju 1,500 sí 2,500 lọ. Nínú ilé yín ní kọ́nà kan kò sí bí ilé yín ṣe lè kéré tó ẹ wá space lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan ẹ máa jump 500 ti pọ̀ jù start from 50 skipping rope then move to 100 and keep advancing to 500 to 1,000. Do it for 3 months. Drink water. Tó o bá lówó láti lọ sí spa lọ ṣe local ara on ṣíra báwo lọ yín ṣíṣíra yẹn náà palm oil go and get palm oil. Kí ni orí palm oil yẹn dá sugar sí àbí kí lọ́lọ́ máa ń dà sí dá sugar sí kó fi exfoliate skin ẹ̀ tó bá fẹ́ wẹ̀ 20 minutes kó tó wẹ̀wẹ̀ wàá fi gbogbo epo àti sugar ẹ̀ wàá fi pa ara ẹ̀ wàá ti mix sugar ẹ̀ mọ́nú epo yẹn wàá fi pa gbogbo ara ẹ̀ bí bàtà máa ń ṣíra fún kókó get kọ̀ọ̀kan ìbílẹ̀ local sponge with what's the soap called epo ọṣẹ kan báyìí tó ń pè lọ́ṣẹ soda one cheap soap kan báyìí soda soap or something kó fi ṣíra kó fi ṣí palm oil yẹn kúrò tó ti fi sára ẹ̀ tó máa fi ṣanra tó máa fi domi sára ẹ̀ bá wàá rí pé skin ẹ̀ máa yàtọ̀ instant exfoliation ni. Do it once or twice a week if you are broke as in broke kò sí bó ṣe lè broke tó wàá ṣàlè epo ńlé kò ń ṣe epo rẹpẹtẹ kan epo tó lè tó ẹ láti pa gbogbo ara lọ ra sugar